flares up, and he's doing his thing, and he's trying to jump up at me. Chickens are dying every day, people, at churches, Popeyes, and Kentucky Fried Chicken. Really. So I'm defending myself. I was feared for my safety, and the chicken, died.
He was trying to get the animal away.
And I tried to hit it, but the chicken's jumping up at me, and I accidentally knocked it in the head.
Nick says the rooster attacked people.
I have not heard that, because I know the neighbor here. I know him. Like, we're friends. He never said anything to me about it.
I did tell him, after the chicken hit my dad, I said, hey man, the chicken attacked my dad. Oh, it's just a chicken. What's he gonna do? Okay, well, look.
The neighbors even disagree on how others saw Big Roo.
The kids that used to live over there, they were throwing rocks and sticks at this chicken to keep it away.
I know the kids down here, they played with the rooster a little bit, like would throw rocks at it and chase it.
So one day when Nick says the rooster followed him and attacked him,
call it a lucky shot, whatever.
But when Dave Felice came home, all he saw was his rooster dead in a ditch.
I said I'm calling JSO. I called JSO. JSO didn't do nothing. Then a couple days later, I realized I could call animal control.
And in late June, James Nix went to jail for animal cruelty.
Next thing you know, he calls the chicken police on me.
While the neighbors continue the fight, Nick says he never should have been arrested.
Chickens are dying every day, people, at churches, Popeyes, and Kentucky Fried Chicken. Really.
And Dave Felice says he might move out after all of this, but Nick says he's been there for 50 years and he doesn't plan on moving anytime soon. Now, if you'd like to see his full interview, you can see that on our web article. For local coverage you can count on in Jacksonville, Kristen Rary, Action News Jax.
As Nick flares up and he's doing his thing and he's trying to jump up at me.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that.
No, there it is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
Okay, but now I can't read it. There's no words on it.
Okay. Ready? Sure.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean? To play us out.
Sting is going to do. It's a video. Sting video. Okay.
What is
for credits?
I don't know what that means. To play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
Okay. In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a. I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. Right. Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
You're now tuned into the most censored morning show in the realm, Rise and Grind.
She wants pretty things, that big bling, but the bad ain't taken off yet. No. She wants Paris, she wants Rome, but I'm still living in my parents' home. No. With just a lighter in the darkness, we were walking till it passes through a beautiful rainy day. You use me and I use you, but it's hours in the bed. I know it's over. I got to go. I wanna be free.
And I think we are live. I think we are live. Want to be free, and I think we're live. And are we live? How is it going, everybody? We made it 1 year to the day. I guess everybody is celebrating Fake Purim today. I think we're on. Are we loud and clear? Can everybody see? Check my mic. Everybody should be able to hear me. Night podcast. Good evening, everybody. It's today, Tuesday, March 7th. The time is now 7:22 p.m. in the Central Standard Time. And we are late. I had to get some stuff ready to go. There's just a few clips that I wanted to go through. And yes, we made it 1 full year. That's a full year. We got podcasting on the morning show at least once a week. And if you look back at the beginning there, I seem to be a little bit hot. We actually podcasted almost 5 times a week. I believe it was four times a week for a month and a half. I wanted to do that all year long, but I didn't have the stamina. But I should be coming in clear. Seems like there's a super delay on your end. So what a year it's been. What a year it's been. So I guess what we'll do is I'll turn the background music down and we'll play the intro to the very first podcast and we'll just talk about that. Yes, Awake Souls can hear. He's saying Purim. All the J's. Yeah, it's Halloween and they go and get drunk tonight. No, all bad, all bad. So let's hear the opener. Let's go. Check this out. Here it was. This was how it started. This was 1 year ago this morning. It won't be a blooper reel tonight, I can assure you. Good morning, truthers and NPCs. This is Rise and Grind with RJ Shine. Let's do this. I will do this an infinite amount of times until we get this right. So if everybody wants to know the truth, when I went live, I did something wrong. I made some kind of a mistake or something. So this was the second time that I did the podcast. So that morning that I did it twice. Maybe not everybody knew that, but yeah. So I did it twice. How are you guys? This was the second time. Do you have freshly ground coffee in your life? Or freshly ground coffee for the evening? I do. And I am in love with my freshly ground. I still am in love with it. So I don't use sugar, and I don't suggest that any of you do because no sugar. Without sugar is poison. Now you can get it in fruits and other types of things like that, and it does not taste as bad or as poisonous. So let's get into the first meme of the morning. This one says, when you know you have stock in companies supplying the coming world war. So interesting, you know, we're still sort of doing the same kind of thing. It's changed quite a bit, the podcast, as we've gone through the time periods. Let me make sure everybody's catching up with us that's in the chat here. All clear audio, thanks. Yeah. Again, there's nothing special tonight. I just wanted to come on and talk about a few things and share some of the stuff that we've been through. It's been a crazy year for Team Yahawahashai and everybody else in the realm. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to what's been taking place, but it's been crazy, and it's going to keep getting even crazier too. This is just the beginning of the crazy ride. And that was the beginning of the morning show. So the morning show is just an extension of what we do as a team here. And there's a very small yet very powerful team. I get to be the on-camera personality. So the Rise and Grind podcast is generally, there's the two of us that do the main work. You guys know DJ's in bad. He brings all the music and a lot of the content too. I'm the guy that mixes it together and presents it. And so, you know, there were some questions that were asked, if I keep my notes. So, you know, simple questions. What have I learned this year with doing the podcast was one of the questions. And I guess dedication, you know, working with others, not having ego, getting involved, all these different types of things. There's been, 1 week I didn't want to do it. And the Zimbad character I tell you about, the Estonian DJ who helps out and does a lot of the work too behind the scenes, said, you should do it, and you got the content. And, I was thankful that he pushed me to get it, because what we really wanted to do was to come out at least once a week and be a voice for other people to come and hear some news and share some and brand new music. So one of the main things that we wanted to accomplish that we did was a steady, dedicated, balanced podcast. And over the last year, it's been fun. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of changes. Things are still going to change too tremendously. We're still continuing to move forward. We have plans to continue to change up the podcast, because we can't just continue to do the same thing over and over and over again. We want to make it new too. So that was the very first podcast. I had to do the thing twice. I did it twice on the first day. And, if we had more time or another time, maybe we are going to be also doing today, yesterday, and a tomorrow podcast leading into the next year. We're now entering into the change of the year next month in April. Excuse me. So we're going to do a yesterday, today, and tomorrow podcast where we go through, and it'll be a lot more work is going to be put in. Tonight I just wanted to come out here and have some fun. So that was the first podcast, and this was like a memory from the 15th of that month of March. Just to listen to it, it was funny. I'm just going to play it and have a sip of my coffee. I'll be right back. Check this out. Watch. UN, we need to unite and rise above the tyranny. Otherwise, we're headed for a totalitarian dystopia. This is absolutely true. We need to stand together hand in hand, soul in soul. If we don't agree on everything, we got to work together on the things we do agree. And that should be freedom, right? Freedom, freedom, freedom. But I'm ready, you guys. Here comes the first warning. I guarantee you guys are going to be singing this song all day. This is called Float by Bay Ledges. This is brand new, you guys. This is such a great track. Let's go. Rise and grind. We're on time. I was 3 months early, so I'm usually early. Let's go. Love you guys.
Hey, Hector. Where it is? You want to take a chill? There you go.
Think I wanna fly away like a bird out on the window, singing, looking for yesterday. But now I can see the sun. Think I wanna find a way like a bird out on the window, singing to you, singing to you, singing to you, singing to you. River flowing down my street is leading me to another sunset. Memories go way down deep. Can't tell if you're done with the grief. Words you said 1,000 times, I never listen between the lines. Take a look, take a step outside.
Well, it's a bad day when your ladder walks off the job.
Take a look, take a step outside. Think I wanna fly away like a bird out on the window, singing, looking for yesterday. But now I can see the sun. Think I wanna find a way like a bird out on the window, singing to you, singing to you, singing to you, singing to you.
Breaking news.
stores are running out of tampons due to the rise of pussies in this country. Yo, this guy's 100% right.
Think I wanna fly away like a bird out on the window, singing, looking for yesterday. But now I can see the sun. Think I wanna fly away like a bird out on the window, singing to you, singing to you, singing to you, singing to you.
Let's go, Rise and Grind. What a great song that was. I was actually singing. I have my air conditioning on. It's kind of hot in here. If you actually listen a little bit closely, you could hear I was singing along to that song. So yeah, things have changed quite a bit since then. But, we were making these memes. We were sharing them. We had memes of the week back in the beginning of Gregorian 2022. And, there was a lot of things that inspired us to get involved and do this. So, one of the other questions that was asked, probably the best question that was asked of me was, how has the Rise and Grind improved me as a person overall? And I mean, this has been the entire goal. So the entire goal of the project here was to do something about actually benefiting our own souls, something that was timeless, something that we could all do together and learn. And it was early in the morning. I've always liked to get up early in the morning. It's, as soon as I was conscious in this reality, I wanted to get up and do stuff. And then I'm sure it was a nightmare to get me to go to sleep. But I mean, here we are, and we're still wanting to find new ways. And so what has it taught me? What have I learned? So through repeating things over and over and creating healthy habits, there's absolutely nothing that we can't accomplish. And there's no impediment that you can't defeat. There's no victory that can't be won. That's not yours already. It's just we've learned over this last year it's through dedication, the defeating of the ego. It's reprogramming the mind. It's through having the positive mindset, through doing the manifestation stuff and actually making the manifestation board and setting the goals and achieving them. This has been the goal. The question is, it could take me hours and hours. We would have to literally go through every single podcast for me to explain everything that I've learned this year, because it's just been so much. And again, it's a small but powerful team. We all work together. I'm just come on here and do the talking because this is just what I do. This is what I enjoy to do. But it's a small yet powerful team, and we just constantly want to fight for truth and share good music. So overall this year, doing the Rise and Grind has taught me how important it is to have balance. Question from the chat. We got Awake Soul saying, how many hours would you guess you have invested in the Rise and Grind? Ooh. And how much would Hasatan have to pay you per hour to sell your soul? Those are some big questions. Hang on a second. What is going on here right now? Why do we not have any background music? The question was asked. How much would Azazel have to pay me to sell my soul? So, unfortunately, Azazel doesn't have the right kind of currency to be able to even talk a trade with me. So there's no trade on that one. How many hours would I have invested into the Rise and Grind? That's a great question. So I would say it takes, for a 2-hour podcast, it probably takes, 10 hours. So per one. So if we've done 52, that's 52 times 10. So yeah, I've got an apprenticeship. Into the podcast, you could say. The other funny thing is, I noticed too, I get into characters. I start to create like bits, and I start to sound funny, and sometimes I just want to sound myself and be normal. Is the background music really loud? It feels like it's really loud to me. I have to make an adjustment. We're not trying to be pros tonight. We're just doing a podcast here, talking about what we've been through. So, this obviously is a great meme here on the screen. Time isn't real. Look at this, right? Time doesn't exist in forever. Time is merely a figment of our often limited perception of what's this reality. Everything that has happened in the past or will happen in the future is technically only an idea in our minds, right? The only thing that we actually have is the present, right? I believe this goes on to continue into the next Time Isn't Real meme. This was a 2-parter. Time isn't real. This one's part 2. It says here, through morphogenetic fields, right? We are actually able to connect to all past lives and future paths in one moment in time. That one there, if you really want to grasp, it's crazy. What we can do is we can tap into these fields and we can download past and future memories of our actual lives. This is pretty crazy, right? What's most important is that you always stay in the now, right? If you're always in the now, yes, the background music is way too loud. Well, it is ducked when I talk, right? But this track is just a banger. I think that's probably just too loud of a track. It's probably on repeat too. Here, let me switch it up here. You guys want something a little bit easier? Marabosharai. I'll turn it down a bit too. But I want to finish this meme. This is really important, guys. We also have stuff to learn too. We're not just here to celebrate 1 year of podcasting. It says here, what's most important is that you always stay in the now. This is key. Always, always, always stay in the now. There's a reason why that important. You always stay in the now because the now is the place where the playhead of life is rendering reality, right? So as my cursor moves across the screen, or the time signature here, we're in the now. It's right at 25:09. You can see here, right? So you always want to be in the now because the now is the place where the playhead of life is rendering. So this is where you can actually make a difference, is in the now. You can't do anything about the past or anything about the future. You can only actually make a difference right now. So through being in the now, we are able to actually time travel, right? Because the choices we make actually create the future. So through making correct choices in the now, you actually time travel and make a better future, right? Who knew? Okay, let's get into our song. So me and the Estonian music magician man, we have a few songs that we picked. There were just a few from the beginning of last March of, the songs that we liked. And I'm going to put a link into the chat as well for, all of the songs that Team Yahawahashai, like I said, Rise and Grind is just the morning show. We're a collective group, right? With Awake Souls, Beyond Flat Earth. We do it all, YD. We got a bunch of stuff, but we have the last 3 years of music that we've shared on our podcasts. It's all on a playlist so that people can access it whenever they want. I'm going to share that link. We're going to be right here after the song. Be back. what a song. Again, I interrupted it, but still, we all definitely need some saxophone in our lives. My Racing Heart, performed by Carl Cox and Crozette. Welcome back. So, no matter how bad or, how tough your life is, just remember, always think of this guy. Oh, and I won't let me zoom in, but he thinks he's helping push. He's actually in the back of the truck here. So, yeah, we went through, what happened in the beginning. I had to do the podcast twice. I thought that was pretty funny. Some of the other stuff. So if we were to do blooper reels, it would just take forever. And if you stay tuned in, you'll get to see there's going to be more bloopers in the future. So stay tuned in. There was this section of the first podcast. We're always talking about coffee. I remember seeing this one. I was like, wow, check this out.
Worldwide coffee scam on the Rise and Grind show. Let's take a look.
You are not going to believe this.
Oh, I'll believe it.
Okay.
He's filling up this here little cup.
Are you ready? Yeah. Look how high that is. Yeah. All the way to the top. Yeah.
Right to the
Wait
brim.
till you see this. Okay.
Show us.
Pouring it into the middle.
Come on.
Come
on. Is it the same size?
What's going to happen?
What do you guys think, right?
Pouring coffee into a medium-sized cup.
It's going to be a quarter cup less,
What
right?
if I told you the small goes all the way to the top of...
Wow.
What's that, grande or I don't know?
There's still more in...
They're conning us. I don't drink Star Cucks. No.
Well, I mean,
it tastes gross.
That's impossible.
YD knows how to make it taste good.
You're telling me that the Starbucks cup small and medium are the same size? I'm
Same
also
size.
telling you they're marketing geniuses. I guess.
It was one more expensive. It was one more expensive than the other.
No.
Wait a minute. You're telling me that's the same amount? The same amount.
I won't go into the big cup.
No,
I will do
you
that.
can't.
What do you see inside of there? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Right. Absolutely nothing.
A little bit.
Small, medium. You're telling me that you can pour that all the way back into there and it'll be the same? They call that a tall. It's a small, but they call it a tall to make.
Tall is a small, okay.
This one's a grande. Okay, now that is full to the top.
Mucho
There's no
grande.
way that's not going to overflow. Look inside. I'm seeing it. Look in here. I'm watching
Look,
it.
we're watching.
That is unbelievable.
Still though.
That's not going to full it up. I can tell it's going to overflow. It's not. It's the exact same size. I don't know if it's
Conning us.
I don't know if it's the diameter. I don't know how they do it, but
Obviously.
That's how they do it. That's how they do it. It's not
So if
hard to figure out.
you have a Rise and Grind podcast,
Skinnier
you have to expose the cons that are being done at the Star Cucks. You can't just make fun of them. You actually have to show why they're a rip-off artist company, right? You have to be able to expose things. So the reason we do the Rise and Grind is to document dismal and misinformation. So to be able to expose something, you actually have to have the evidence. So, I mean, we watched the guy pour the cup into the different sizes, and they charge different prices for it, right? And we got a little bit of news, right? What kind of a podcast would it be if we didn't hear some news? Have you heard about 2005 ED to the power of 224? So it's the soonest virtual impact there of an asteroid larger than 50 meters in diameter. That's 1 to 1 million chance that it's going to impact Earth. It is going to come within the closer distance than the distance to the moon. So we got that. Have you guys seen this crazy Canadians, people storming the Canadian border to escape here? Canadians fuming as migrants surge across the border. I mean, where are they getting these migrants from? Apparently, we're going to have to look more into this on the Friday type podcast, but there's a surge of migrants. The border is being overrun in Canada by these migrants. So, there's all this, there's all that. We had a meme roller that was selected out of last year around the same time, and we're going to play that, and then after that we're going to come back and we're almost done. Check this out.
And now, the wait is over. It's time for Memes of the Week. Sponsored by Aluminum Foil.
Sons of Mariam for Rothschild gave an astonishing and uninhibited description of the 19th century Rothschild policy of keeping it in the family.
Yourselves in those senses. position ourselves just in the center. Try to elevate the debate.
Thank you so much.
You're looking at now.
We're breaking the condition! We're coming for you, globalists! Coming for you!
I'm in love with the coco. I'm in love with the coco. I got it for the Lolo. I'm in love with the coco. I'm in love with the
Breathe alive into the trees. First to stand alone.
Hey everybody, it's Chopper Shine, back to make an appearance on the Rise and Grind 1 year anniversary time. How's everybody doing tonight? Today we're flying over the Mansfield Dam. We're going to be heading up along the Colorado River. As you can see here on your left, that's the Mansfield Dam. That's what makes the power here in Austin. I don't know if people thought it looked like a desert here in Texas, but as you can see, it's pretty green. Thank you guys for tuning in for this special podcast. Hopefully you guys can see nice and clear. We've got a little bit of jello action happening in the camera. Sorry about that. A little bit of curvature happening due to the glass, how it's curved too. Hey DC, shout out from the skies. We keeping it real, you know? Just cruising up here. Chopper Shine on time with another rhyme. 2023. Always on RJ Shine's dime. So yeah, everybody, this is what it looks like here in Texas. Don't know if you've ever seen it, what it looks like from up in the helicopter. This is powered on hydrogen. This is a hydrogen-powered chopper. That's right. So as you can see here, it's beautiful. It's green. Austin's a nice place. It's a good place to be here. You can see the attitude indicator on the screen here down on the bottom. It's showing you that the horizon is level and flat. For all you ball earthers out there, I'm sorry. But as you can see up ahead, there's the dam. We're approaching it now. Hope you guys are enjoying the ride. It's Tuesday, March 7th. The time is now 7:55 p.m. in the Central Standard Time. What's that? Oh, getting cut in. Yeah. Yeah, apparently, I think Wake Souls, he was the one that made sure that the batteries were charged, right, before we went up. He said they were good to go. Go ahead, Chopper Shine. So I took off. I got up here. I started looking around. So yeah, as you can see here, this is the dam. This is where they make the power. They spin turbines in there, and it brings power and electricity to the Austin area. Right? Cool, right? Free energy from the earth, right there. As you can see. But yeah, shout out to the Awake Souls YouTube channel. Shout out to making sure. What? We're getting a problem here. I don't know what's going on. Some indicator. I don't know what this indicator is saying. It's not looking good. I don't know what's happening here. Are you sure? Are you sure that you... Oh no. Oh no. I think we're running out of battery. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Here we go. Here we go. Arms up, everybody. Okay, relax. Don't worry. By immediately lowering the collective pitch lever found up my left side, I have reduced lift and drag, and the helicopter will begin to immediately descend. But don't worry. We're going to do it fast, producing an upward airflow through the rotor system, thus actually keeping a set of resistance against the blades. As you can hear, they're still spinning. So using this as we descend, as allowing us to steer and still have control, all we needed to do was activate the collective pitch lever, and you know I wouldn't let your head hit the bed without my hand behind it as we set her down. Woo! Oh, that was insane. That was insane. Thanks, Awake Souls. Thank you so much for that. Hope everybody enjoyed. Back to you, RJ Shine.
I wanna feel forever changing, but it's hard when all this rearranging means I might be losing you. I wanna soar through candy canyons, but it's hard when my companions thrashing kept from view. And if I could, I'd cut your static, then you'd hear the song. You'd roll with it, you'd come along. We'd break in
And that was Brandon Boast's song Ketamine. And we are back. So yeah, you guys did ask some really good questions. There was this meme too I wanted to look at really quick that Jason had made. And yeah, I was just joking. We didn't run out of battery power. I just stalled it out just to take it down. It's probably something I would do if I took you guys up in a helicopter just to have fun. Make sure you felt alive again, right? I mean, so there's a couple great questions. Let me see here. Can you tell us what you hope will resonate with those watching the Rise and Grind? Question from YD in the chat. That's a great question. I guess, you know, when we set out to do this, the small team, what we wanted to do was put out stuff that resonated with us, and then we hoped that other people that felt the same vibes would just show up, right? Sort of like if you build it, they will come Kevin Costner thing. That's what we thought, right? Well, that's what we hoped for. And really, the beginning and the ultimate goal is to do the work, right? It doesn't matter who shows up or who sees it through the, you know, through the fields of reality and energy and morphogeneticism and all this other stuff. I could try to use all these great big words. Everybody's connected all at once. So the job is just to do the work. But I hope that the people that resonate with the music that we do and just the vibes and truth and freedom and, you know, the future and everything that's supposed to happen. There was a blooper. I still have the fan going. It's funny, when I had my alarm go off to one podcast, I was freaking out. What is that? Can you guys hear that noise? And then finally I seen my phone and I realized it was an alarm going off on my phone. So that's a great question. I just hope, our goal was to set out a certain type of vibe and that those kind of people would just show up and they'd want to chill. There's always like a heart compass involved in everything that we do on this team. And then, you know, individually we all bring to the table what we do and we just use our skills together. So I hope that anyone that vibes with us just chills out. That's what the content's for, to learn together. That's it. And to document things. Like, if you don't have evidence or documents, how can you prove anything to anybody? So another question was, if you could do a Rise and Grind from any location on Earth, where would it be? That is such a hard question. The better question would be what time period. So obviously I want to do it from the City of Truth in the new City of Jerusalem. Right, from, you know, the auditorium and the big walls, and from there. I mean, in present time, now, I mean, there's so many great places. I'm happy to do it right where I am. I just want to do the podcast, share the truth, and have good music. That's it. So it doesn't matter where it is, but obviously the best place would be the new city of Truth. That's where I'd want to go. If you could interview anyone in the world live, who would it be? That's a good question. Anyone in the realm? I don't know. That's a great question. I don't. Elon Musk right now? Maybe. That's a deep philosophical thinking one. But yeah, so looking at this meme here that Jason had made, science is a religion. If people didn't know that. This here, the irony of self-absorbed atheists, quote science and quote nerds, is that science requires larger bridges of faith than creationists require. Like, our story is really simple, right? We came from Adam and Eve, you know, and then down through the lines, through the tree or our family line. That's where we come from, right? We're all descended back. We're all brothers and sisters. But it goes on. Atomism is an ancient Greek philosophical concept proposed as the source of materiality, right? These are some big words. No atom has ever been observed, right? Nor any subcomponents of that atom. Meaning that any science that indicates a belief in atoms is, you know, untestable, unverifiable, or repeatable. It's nonsense, everything that they try to tell you. Science proposes everything is made of never seen or measured spinning balls that came from a single mass in a great explosion where everything came from nothing. All this in traces of life, symbiotic, it's so hard to see on this small screen, relationships is attributed to the chance over 1 billion of years. So it's taken them 1 billion years for tiny little things to come from nothing into everything, with relationships attributed to the chance. So it's like the saying that they say that a tornado could go through a junkyard and create a 747 airplane fully functioning and flyable. It's sort of what Jason's hinting at here. Creationists, on the other hand, have science at their disposal to be able to support their thesis that all complex systems have a designer, architect, builder, and a creator. That is so well said. That one right there needs to be a banner in the kingdom of truth, right? It says here, there is not one piece of evidence of a more complex system evolving from a less complex system, yet every time a complex system exists, it can be proven that it has a creator or was created, right? This is something that all science has completely flipped. Very, very deep philosophical truth that Jason has put down here, and it's quite simple. It's some big words, whatever, right? I'm not trying to be perfect tonight, but it's a really good meme that he made. Jason needs to make more memes. What else do we have on the screen? So yeah, there's just a little bit more content, and then we'll shut her down. So yeah, 1 year, it's been great. Some of the other things that we wanted to talk about on this list was, well, that was how I landed us safely with the collective pitch lever. So the other questions that I had was, what matters to us? So we're hoping that through sharing truth and good music, that other people in the realm will also want to be inspired to share truth and good music. And then, you know, people will do things to get involved. So how can you get involved on the other side of the screen? You can leave a comment, you can share videos, you can make videos, you can make posts. Everything that we do is measured. Every timestamp that we have, everything that we say, everything that we do, you know, is a collective measurement of our heart's compass. So our goal at the Rise and Grind has just been as much of those timestamps, sharing truth, fighting for truth, reprogramming our minds, trying to become stronger, healthier, happier people, and to teach the things that we should have learned when we were going to so-called education. That has been what the goal here is. It's a super small team, but we do our very best. That's what we've tried, and we want to promote freedom, truth, all across the board, whatever it is, and the simple truth. We don't want to be always trying to bog people down with very big words and, you know, algebra. We don't want any of that. We want to be able to show people what's up, what's taking place, and do it in a fun, artistic way. We're trying to get style points here, and we do make mistakes on the team, but we love to do it. We're never going to give up. This is just 1 year, and so much has changed. If you see the difference from just 1 year of what we've been doing, and we're not going to give up. We're going to keep trying harder. We're going to keep hoping that you get involved, because what you do matters too. Like what I do matters, what you do matters, what everybody does matters. And the goal is to show people it doesn't matter if you make mistakes, none of that matters. What matters is that you get up and you do something. What are you going to be remembered by? What is it that, what are you doing in your life that's adding to your soul? Like the question was asked, you know, when I'm doing the Rise and Grind, how has it improved my life? Well, I can tell you guys, it's immensely improved my life. I'm a completely different person than I was a year ago. Completely. And it's through the repetitive work of getting up and taking the time to learn things, to share things, to read them, to want to discover healthier ways to eat, healthier ways to sleep, healthier ways to think. That's what we've been doing the whole time. We're going to continue to do it. And who knows what's next? On Friday, we'll be doing a podcast. We're going to talk about Freemasonry. We're going to show you how the Freemasonry Pact is pretty much the exact same thing as the Fallen Angels Pact, right? On Mount Hermon. We're going to go into all that. A subcategory of where I would like to do a podcast, the top of Mount Sinai, Awake Souls, Jason. So yeah, if it was now, if we can't go to the top of Sinai, it would work fine for me. We could go there. We could do the Rise and Grind, or we could do the nighttime podcast beyond the Sinai, right? Mount Sinai. Jason's name means running mountains. Mine means joy shine. So I think, what could you do better? Get a nice, the Mount Sinai with the, set up the stage on top. But no one's allowed to go up there. We have to get permission to go up top of there. But that would be an excellent spot to do a few podcasts. But so we've wanted to inspire people to get out here, share truth. We wanted to show balance, steadiness. The show has actually taught me balance. It really has. I wanted to do one every day, and it was too much, and I had to continue to learn, and I've learned to balance, and I still have so much to learn, and I want to get better at it, and I want to try to have more fun and share more music, and I don't want to ever stop, no matter what. This life, the next life, every life, for every life to come. So it's been a really fun year, and I've already done way too much. Is there anybody has anything to say? Let me look in the chat. If you could interview anyone, Elon, right? Elon, or actually, can I make a second choice? Awake Souls? Trump. Donald Trump. Trump would be the person that I want to talk to. I thought that would be your answer, so you would interview Musk, then rip him apart. Well, no, I'd like to talk to him and see what he would say to some of the questions that we have. What inspires and drives you to put in all this time podcasting? When I sit down and I think collectively, YD, about what am I doing for humanity? What am I doing for the people that don't have a possible way to learn truth? So no matter what education you have, or most of the content we do is for all people. It's just flat out to learn. So I know they're all being documented, recorded, and they'll all be put up in other places on the internets, and people for years and years to come can find this information. So the goal has been to put out pure truth in a simple, logical way that documents and timestamps everything. And that's what inspires me, is to just do that, just to do the work and have fun, try to get some style points. And, you know, I love the music. So my favorite part of the podcast has to be the music. I have my passion for music is super important to me. So that too. Comments, likes, and shares, how spiritual warfare is fought. Exactly, Jason, you're right. That is 100%. That's what you can do, even if you don't want to come on camera, if you don't want to. So the other thing about coming on camera, doing a podcast, it helps keep you accountable, right? When you see yourself on camera, you're like, oh, well, maybe I should go to the gym a bit more, or eat a little bit less. These are the things. The other part of the Rise and Grind podcast was wanting to get to the point to be on camera. So it truly pushes you to want to be a physically better shape, and it forces you to work harder on your temple, your body, right? That's another huge advantage to the Rise and Grind podcast, is we actually promote that people exercise and eat healthy and live a good life, to be as strong as you can, to treat your body like a weapon, to engage it, and to be as dedicated as you can, whether it be for dancing or martial arts or yoga, being a Buddhist monk, whatever it is that you do, you just do it. That's what we want to promote here. Do you think the Creator also inspires you? Absolutely. Every single thing that I do that's good is from the Creator as a gift, because there's nothing that's good until we get into the city of the truth. And that's why Christ told everybody too. Like John the Baptist, he said, was the greatest man that was ever born of woman, right? And he said that the least of the children in the kingdom of the city of truth will be greater than John, right? Because we're going to have every bit of truth. We have it all. So the more truth you have is being on the good soil. We talked about the parable of the sower on Sunday. When you get to the third dispensation, the end of the time, so we've had to go through this walk through time, right? It's been 6,000 years, we think, almost 5,992, changing into 5,993 this year. So I think everything is perfectly happening just the way that the Creator wants it to happen. What do you say about those other channels who buy subs? I used to buy views. They used to let me too. I bought 10,000 views for a couple of videos. Boom, I ended up getting 100,000 or 50,000 views. And then what they did was they rolled everything back, and when Trump was elected to president, that was it. Jason and I would get 20 views, 200 views. The views were gone. But that's not why we do it. We never did it for the money. When the money thing got hacked out of the YouTube community and the truth, that was it. There was no more. Where I look around, where's the We'll Do It Live crew? All the YouTubers that I, was doing it since 2013 with, no, they're all gone. As soon as the money thing hit, they were clipped out. So you can't be owned if you don't work for money. And if you're truly inspired by your own heart's desire, your true heart compass, no one can stop you. It doesn't matter what it is. You can accomplish anything as long as your heart's compass is set to that goal. It doesn't matter. No one can stop you. That's what the Rise and Grind is proof that you can do anything that you put your mind and your heart to. That's what we set out to do. And, it's only been 1 year. We've got so much still to do. We can't just continue to do the exact same thing, because it's going to get super boring. We've got to spice it up. I'm sorry for all the typos. Yeah, you're telling me sorry for all the typos? That's funny. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I guess that's pretty much, what I wanted to share. Look forward to more content, not even just in the morning. Yeah, we eat salmon, we eat chicken. Yes, we use the air fryer for chicken. You can do that. It works really good. Chicken wings in the air fryer. Salmon, we barbecue, put it in salad. Salmon's a great source of the proper types of fatty tissues that we need. And it helps our ligaments and other things in our brain, right? It has been many years since you once bought views. Yeah, back in 2015. We showed everybody on YouTube how to do it. Hey, no problem. Thank you. We showed everybody how to buy this is how you have to do it. If you want to promote yourself, you have to do these things. Run ad campaigns. You have to buy views. You have to do all these things, because everything is siphoned off into different, Mario World or Super Mario Brothers with you have to go down the certain portal to get into the net. Oh, there's all the people. So you have to pay YouTube to get into those areas, but they don't allow Jason and I to do that. Absolutely not. Brisket or pork butt? That's a tough one. Brisket. Yeah, I'm gonna go with brisket, but not now because there's the whole mad cow thing. They be feeding. So sometimes, because if you guys know on the Rise and Grind, I wish I could have find some Rudy clips, but people be feeding chickens chicken, and I won't do it. I think it's crazy. I think when it's funny. Okay, yeah, they'll eat it or whatever, but you don't feed anything its own kind. It's wrong. So we don't feed the chickens, but apparently they've been feeding the cows. I don't like to talk about this nonsense, but it's what's on the Drudge Report and so on and so forth. So we're gonna eat less beef. I mean, it's all about balance, right? The truth is everything is about balance. Wish we had Bruce Lee here tonight with us. Yeah, thank you. I am. This is just a team effort. I'm just the guy that comes on camera. Like I said, this is the morning show of the Team Yahawahashai News Network. Just a certain section of it. We just want to share the truth and new music. That's all we do. And that's it. But yeah, thank you guys for showing up tonight. Yeah, we could have had more look backs, but like I said, when we reach the end of 5992, which is coming up in April, we're going to do a today, yesterday, and a tomorrow podcast where we go through the music and like a New Year's thing. We specifically didn't do a New Year's podcast because we were going to wait until the new year. So, okay. So, all right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Stay sub to all the different channels. Make sure you're on the reality check. I put the link at the beginning of this chat. I'll put them in the comments below for all the music since 2020 for the Team Yahawahashai. Everything. Just all the songs. We have it all documented thanks to the Estonian team member. He's the silent hidden hand. He does a lot of work behind the scenes. So yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. Don't go too far. We will be back very soon. And let's do the old one just for sentimental values. I'll see you guys on Friday. Or maybe earlier. We don't know. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Bye.
I've been going out of my mind just at the thought of you. Oh, I miss the feel of you. It's only a matter of time before I get to be with you, before I get the feel of you. And all my hopes are all mine. I keep them alive. Nothing else can make it right. But my freedom, I'm calling. I don't know what those I have to prove. Won't somebody come and call me loose and give me freedom? I've been dreaming. I've been living through the thought of you, and there's nothing that I wouldn't do for my freedom. For my. I've still got my patience and pride, and it won't run away from me. Some things will never leave. I spent way too long being blinded. Show me the enemy. Please be a friend to me. And all my hopes and all my I keep them alive. Nothing else can make it right. Won't somebody come and call me loose and give me freedom? I've been dreaming. I've been living through the thought of you, and there's nothing that I wouldn't do for my freedom. overdose, I have to prove. Won't somebody come and come here too and give me freedom? I've been dreaming, I've been living through the thought of you.